Once again, a 25-lap main event for your Sportmods tonight, and they are underway on the opening lap. A couple of cars off the track, just off turn number 2, and I believe this will bring out a caution flag. One of them was able to continue. Oh, no, and then in turn number 3, we've got them all over the place. All right, caution lights on. And after that scatter, most of the cars are able to drive away. Bassett, Paul's Rock, the Theory, Cessna, Kotek. Let's see, who do we still have over there? Looks like the 21 of Faber. The 06W of Ryan Walker. He's turning around. And back onto the racetrack. Looks like the 21 of Faber has gone to the work area. Got a couple of cars that look like they're headed back to the pit stalls. I think one of those is the 79 of Taylor Johnson. Not what anybody was hoping for this first lap of our Sport Mod main event. Got at least one car in the work area. We'll see if that car is able to make it back. And again, that's the 21. Eric Faber out of Sioux Center, Iowa. Well, with the exception of our casualties here, it'll be a total restart. Did not get that first lap in. And there's the 21 out of the work area. Jeff Mosh here on the front stretch needing a push. Jeff Mosh out of Vesta in car number 1. Looks like he's unable to continue. So Mosh back to the pits. Everybody's lined up for our total restart. 25 laps. And again, we are keeping an eye on the time limit during our features tonight. So good luck to our field. And the field tightens up. We'll take the green flag as they roll through turn 4. Eric Larson in the 7L fights it out with Justin Bjorklund in the 5C on the opening lap. It's Bjorklund leading lap number 1. Dudley Schroeder Jr. up to 3rd in the 23 Junior. That's the white car with the orange numbers on the side. Kind of hard to see the numbers from across the track in the announcer's booth, but that's definitely Dudley Schroeder Jr. out of Armour, South Dakota. 4th right now, Jackson Mulder in car number 4. And then rounding out the top 5, we've got the 25 car of Ben Ryerson. So that's your top 5 now with 3 laps complete. Justin Bjorklund starting to check out. Didn't expect to see this so soon in our Sportmod feature tonight. It's well over a half straightaway lead for Bjorklund. With Eric Larson still running 2nd in the 7L, followed by Dudley Schroeder Jr., and then Mulder, and then Ryerson. 6th right now is the 27 of Johansson. 7th is the 74 of Hoagland. 8th is the 81 of Charlie Stevens. Mostly single file for the pretty much the top 10 here. And a spin on the front stretch, Jaden Gannett in the 17. And that'll bring out the caution flag. Gannett in the 17. Along the front stretch here. Don't forget, we've got $3 beers at the beer stand, buckets for $15. Still lots of fresh, hot food at the concession stand. Pick up a cold beverage if you're looking for a soft drink, a water, maybe a Coke or a diet beverage. Pick those up at the concession stand. Justin Bjorklund out of Glenwood started on the pole, the driver of car number 5C. And in just 6 laps, built up a very nice lead over Eric Larson and Dudley Schroeder Jr., who restart on the 2nd row. Well, things are tightened up once again. 19 laps to go, and the field comes to the green flag. Corey Hoagland making some noise in the 74. He's moved up into the top 5. Jackson Mulder gets pushed out of the top 5, and now Hoagland looking to maybe gain another position. He goes to the inside of Dudley Schroeder Jr. Ryerson earlier passed Schroeder Jr. after the restart. Ryerson now runs third in the 25, and Hoagland has gotten by Dudley Schroeder Jr. And once again, the leader, Bjorklund in the 5C, has started to check out. Half straightaway lead already, just 3 laps after the restart. Larson second in the 7L, then Ryerson, then Hoagland, and then Dudley Schroeder Jr., who is trying to hold off the 27 of Nick Johansson. Behind Johansson, it's the 21X of Van Weston, and there goes Johansson by Dudley Schroeder Jr. over in turn 4. Bjorklund getting closer to a full straightaway lead now over the 7L of Larson. Wow, and he did that in just 5 laps. He is dominating here in tonight's A main. Justin Bjorklund out of Glenwood, Minnesota. This time by, we'll have 12 down, 13 to go. Van Weston's had some pretty nice runs late in the season in the 21X car. He is currently 7th right now, running behind Schroeder Jr. and ahead of the 5R of Rickert. Then it's the 4 of Mulder and the 97 of Tanner Koster. Pretty quickly, Bjorklund is going to be getting close to some slower race cars. Wondering if that left rear is going to hold up on Bjorklund's car. Looks like some sheet metal maybe got moved close to that tire. Hopefully there's no rub. Not even close. I was just looking at it coming down the front stretch. Not even close to being a tire rub. As a matter of fact, that car could not be set up better than it is right now. Bjorklund flies by Kotek, puts a lap on the 31 car, and here comes Bjorklund out of turn number 4 and down the front stretch once again. Second place car is still Larson in the 7L. Car turned around over in 2. Randy Klein in the 75 goes around, and this may bring out the caution. It does. My spotter, Alex Betts, or is it Benz? He was looking at a misspelling on the race lineups earlier. Alex Betts, my spotter up here, quick to point out that Klein was around over in turn number 2. And again, this caution will close the field up. But for Bjorklund in the 5C, is it even going to matter? I mean, it's good news for everybody running behind him, of course, but nobody's been able to touch him, not even come close. Just watching that car set up through the turns and just turn over so nicely. Quite a thing to watch here tonight. So 15 laps down, 10 to go. Stock cars and modifieds still to come to close out the 2021 Hub City Rumble. Fans, thanks so much for being with us tonight. We sure appreciate having you one more time before the close of the season at Murray County Speedway. It's been a fun year, and I couldn't have been more pleased and more proud to be part of this team we have out here. Such a great team that works together. And I don't get to see a lot of the work they do living in Sioux Falls, but throughout the course of the week, the time that this crew spends out here at the racetrack, it's time well spent because the racing has been great this season. So Randy Klein, pit side, DNF for the 75. We go back to the green flag with 10 to go. Corey Hoagland may be a guy to keep an eye on here over the late part of the race. He started 12th. He runs 4th right now in car number 74. He runs behind the 25 of Ryerson and right in front of the 27 of Johansson. And as I say that, Johansson flies right by the 74 using the outside. So Johansson gets by Hoagland. He's up to 4th now. Johansson wants more. He's looking to the inside of Ryerson in a challenge for 3rd. And once again, Justin Bjorklund moves out to a fairly comfortable lead, about a 10-car length lead over Larson, and we'll have 18 down this next time by. Again, nobody's been able to touch the 5C in this race. He has been in a league of his own. Let's see if well, we've got to spin over in turn number 2. Is that Paul's Rock? Yeah, Alyssa Paul's Rock and the XA went around, brings out the caution. Just about to say, with still 6 laps to go, I'm wondering if Eric Larson or maybe even Nick Johansson have something up their sleeve here that they've saved for late in the race, but we'll have to wait until we go green again. Still have 20 of our 26 cars that started the race on the racetrack. That's not too bad for 18 laps into the main event. Justin Bjorklund trying to close this one out. He's got 7 to go. Eric Larson, no slouch in this one. He started in 2nd and runs 2nd in the 7L. He wasn't falling behind the 5C as quickly as he had after the last couple of restarts. That's why I say maybe he or Ryerson or Johansson have something up their sleeve here for the late stages of the race. Field bunches up, double wide behind the leader. Eric Larson chooses the high side. Everybody fills in after that. Larson in the 7L. And again, your leader, Justin Bjorklund in the 5C. Green the next time around. I had the Minister of Racing information on a little task here. I was asking him how many stock cars started the Boone Nationals. It was 30. We're going to start 28 stock cars here tonight. 28 stock cars on the short Murray County Speedway race surface. Here we go, back to your Sport Mod main event with 7 to go. Nick Johansson with issues. His car has come to not quite a stop, and he pulls it into the infield. The race stays green, and it looks like a DNF for Johansson. Not sure what happened there. Well, there goes one of the cars I thought might have a little something for the 5C before this one is done. How about the 21X of Van Westen? He now runs in 3rd. Josh Van Westen running only behind the 7L of Larson and the 5C of Bjorklund. What a finish this would be for Van Weston tonight. We've got Jackson Mulder up to the 4th. Ryerson back to 5th. Corey Hoagland running in 6th. So Jackson Mulder has come back to make some noise close to the end of this race. Mulder started in 3rd, faded back. He was outside the top 5 most of the time, and now he's back up to 4th. The next time by the flag stand means we'll have just 2 laps to go. Here comes your leader, Justin Bjorklund in the 5C. Green flag waves, 2 to go. Jackson Mulder running in 4th, trying to make it a 3rd place finish. He runs right into the back of Van Weston. White flag now for your leader, Bjorklund. Mulder closing in on Van Weston. Showed the nose over in turn number 4, and now he looks to the outside in turn number 2. And there goes Mulder by to move into 3rd. Here they come out of turn 4 now for the final time to take the checkered flags. It's Justin Bjorklund in the 5C with the win. Larson 2nd, Mulder 3rd, Van Weston 4th. 5th is the 81 of Charlie Stevens. 6th is Hoagland. 7th is Allers. 8th is Ryerson. Well, we had a couple of drivers make their way up closer to the front over the last few laps of that race. Jackson Mulder, one of them, as he comes up with a 3rd place finish. Larson 2nd, and your winner is the driver of that car right there, the 5C, Justin Bjorklund. What a masterful performance. And there's your winner getting up on top of the car, your Hub City Sport Mod winner for tonight, Justin Bjorklund.